You beautiful people, today we are back with another K-pop reaction. It's more like a documentary type of style video. We have the tragic downfall of K-pop music shows. This is gonna have some conspiracy theories already from the name. Let's go on with the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Join our membership for more exclusive content. Let's go.
Music shows once a very important part of
I'm gonna enjoy this, right?
I like conspiracy theories too.
Accusations of rigging and manipulation. Sadly, their downfall reflects the current situation in K-pop. At the beginning of June, aespa, Supernova, and Ateez work competed for first place.
Yeah, that sounds
At the
beautiful.
beginning of June, aespa, Supernova, and Ateez work competed for first place at KBS's Music Bank. And looking at the competition, people thought that aespa had this win in the bag. They absolutely crushed the digital category, racking up 3,882 points, leaving Ateez trailing with only 19 points. On the flip side, Ateez would
19 points.
Great.
So they got owned by aespa. I'm a supernova.
shining in other areas.
Can't wait to do the guys in these groups.
625 points for broadcast appearances, 2,000 points in pre-voting, and an impressive 5,167 points for physical album sales. In the end, they got a total score of 10,828.
Oh, they won!
1,000 more than aespa. While fans were happy to see Ateez win, a few netizens appeared to be skeptical about the score, wondering whether KBS tweaked the score in Ateez's favor. People weren't denying that Ateez were talented, wondering what got a total
I've
to
heard so many people talk about them, but how do you get only 19 points? Then you get 3,000, 2,000, and 5,000.
Ateez win, a few netizens appeared to be skeptical about the score, wondering whether KBS tweaked the score in Ateez's favor. People weren't denying that Ateez were talented or that they didn't deserve to win, just that the counting of scores seemed a bit weird, especially the part about digital score. Even though this situation was explained by fans in the end, KBS and Music Bank were in hot waters for the same thing in the past. About 2 years ago, Lee Myung-moon and LE were up for the first place on Music Bank, and Lee Myung-moon had the higher digital and overall music scores. Despite this, he got 0 broadcast. Moon had the higher digital and overall music.
Bro, I don't think. I wish the radio was in English.
Scores. Despite this, he got 0 broadcast points and ended up in second place. To explain how this works, Music Bank rankings are based on a mix of digital scores, broadcast scores, viewer panel surveys, physical album sales, and social media scores. When Lee Myung-moon's fans saw that he dropped to second place despite leading in digital scores, they demanded an explanation from KBS. KBS initially responded saying that Lee Myung-moon's song If We Ever Meet Again earned 0 broadcast points because it wasn't played on any KBS TV shows, radio programs, or digital content. However,
Bro, but if that's your group, how do you not play their song nowhere, bro? Like no radio show no nowhere? That kind of seems sus to me.
Patch soon revealed that the song had indeed played multiple times on KBS's radio that week, which made fans even angrier. As accusations of rigging gained more and more attention, a concerned citizen filed a complaint with South Korea's Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission, alleging that Music Bank had manipulated Lee Myung-moon's broadcast score. KBS was cleared of the charges after it was determined that the places where Lee Myung-moon's music was played didn't meet their qualifying criteria. But wasn't it just a bit
My man got played in
DC
PC banks and internet cafes.
Recently, back in February, IU's Love Wins All won over I-DLE Super Lady on
I love
Music Bank.
her.
When the final scores were added up, IU won by a difference of 182 points. However, fans noticed an issue with I-DLE's score in the physical sales category. Both IU and I-DLE received 0 points, which raised a lot of questions since IU had only released a digital single while I-DLE had sold over 1.4 million albums. According to Music Bank's scoring system, those sales should have earned them some points, yet they received a 0. One possible explanation was that all the physical sales points went to I-DLE's song My Wife, but since the song was banned by KBS, it made it ineligible to be performed or win. Typically in such cases, the physical sales points would go to the album's title track. Even though the issue became quite big, KBS never gave an explanation of IU's win. So with all of these problems, especially with music shows from big broadcasting stations like KBS, why are music shows still considered credible? Well, they're really not doing well anymore, but that doesn't mean that they don't have their advantages. We can't say that music shows are as influential as they once were for promoting songs to the general public due to declining viewership. But even though nobody is tuning in anymore, a standout performance can still attract a lot of attention when posted on popular online forums in South Korea and help the artist or the song on the charts. Artists are also always thrilled to win, no matter how many times they have taken first place, because fan engagement and enthusiasm in voting are still crucial. Winning is also a major milestone for smaller groups with not many chances or resources to promote themselves properly. The worst of it all is that the music show broadcasting stations
Demand, that's a demand right there.
favors. Networks in Korea are actively seeking out K-pop groups to perform and to appear on their shows since they rely heavily on viewership from K-pop fans due to the declining interest among the broader Korean audience. However, to secure these appearances, they offer wins and other favors to companies and groups.
That's
this
it.
explains why certain companies seem to dominate with content on specific platforms and why fans speculate about favoritism towards certain companies by networks like Mnet or KBS. It's a long-standing practice where music show producers use their influence to secure appearances. For instance, agencies looking to promote their rookie groups may need to exchange appearances and offer an appearance from top-tier artists for another program under the network. If there were accusations of rigging, it wouldn't necessarily involve traditional bribery, but agreement where companies send their artists or groups to participate in shows in exchange for special benefits and exposure. Speaking of Music Bank, there's been quite a buzz about their scoring system.
That's rigging the show with papers, bro.
The scoring system, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but that's rigging the show with the smartness. I don't know what they call it. You're doing the fraud with smartness. The legal fraud.
It's clear that there are valid concerns. These last few years, the broadcast score stands out a lot more over other factors, which makes it seem like KBS prioritizes the amount companies spend to get their artists on the radio or TV shows rather than emphasizing the song's quality or actual popularity. Viewers have also often criticized Music Bank for its flawed scoring criteria, which they believe are intentionally made to influence the winner. It's no surprise that they keep questioning why the broadcast score is so important that Lee Seraphine won over a chart giant like Lee Myung on broadcast score only. It's as if the show favors playing the songs of artists they prefer to win and inviting those groups to perform on their shows accordingly. The show and show champion have also been accused of rigging and manipulating scores. Most music shows reveal scores based on things like digital sales, music video views, fan voting, and album sales, with each show having its unique scoring method. However, SBS's The Show is notable for its ability to heavily influence outcomes. To explain how they calculate the scores, they have a 1,000...
The percentage for each category are as follows: song 40%, album 10%, YouTube 20%, pre-voting 5%, and expert. Who's the expert? Who the fuck is the expert right there? Expert 15%. The total point that can be given is 10,000 points, meaning 1% equals 100 points. This complicated, bro. I'm gonna need 10 calculators for this shit. I'm bad at math, but yeah, the most important is the 40% album and the expert, I guess.
500-point system from expert judges. This is out of a total score of 10,000, mind you, so you can't be surprised that people were side-eyeing them for not being correct in determining the winner. Because of this, netizens have argued for reducing the importance of these expert scores, or adopting show champion's approach of not revealing scores to prevent potential rigging suspicions. Speaking of show champion, they hide their scores so they can avoid explaining controversial outcomes that may suggest manipulation. Knowing this, it's not surprising whatsoever that music shows have lost their spark.
They have their scores?
Knowing this, it's not surprising whatsoever that music shows have lost their spark. Not to mention that people don't really care about music show manipulations outside of the fandoms and the groups involved, so whenever it happens, it doesn't become a big deal, and it tends to fizzle out pretty quickly. Well, unless you mess with someone of Lee Myung-woon's popularity. There's also hoops that artists and agencies have to jump through just to take part in these music shows. An article by
which group is this one?
agencies have to jump through just to take part in these music shows. An article by IZONE explains the hierarchy of music shows, which is made out of producers who are managed by chief producers. Chief producers are the ones overseeing several programs and play a crucial role in deciding which idols and groups appear on these shows. This gives them significant power, which they enjoy wielding. On Tuesdays, producers meet with agency representatives, leading to 70 to 100 managers waiting over an hour for their turn. If agencies do end up securing spots for the artists on music shows, it's not the most positive thing, as it comes with hefty expenses. Thousands of dollars are spent, mainly on stage outfits, as broadcasters prefer artists not to reveal
Twice. Many members such as 9-member girl group Twice. This number that can be easily overlooked, and in return groups receive 100. Bro, they only got $100, bro. For gas.
Because of that, groups typically need around 4 different outfits for the entirety of their promotion period. Considering that agencies and idols spend a lot of time and money to attend and perform at these shows, you would think that they would at least get something in return, either exposure or money, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Hanse from Victon in particular gave a lot of insight on how music shows work. According to his messages on Bubble, the main issue of music shows is the significant cost companies must cover for each appearance, including stage setups, hair, makeup, styling, food, drinks, and staff
$14,000.
On a single show that you're gonna get rigged on.
These expenses can exceed $7,000 per week for a group, yet the financial return is minimal, with idols typically receiving only about $36 per show.
Let's go, that's 2 hamburgers and a Coca-Cola, bro.
Not even $40. This amount then gets divided among group members, so larger groups end up with even less per person. Furthermore, these promotional expenses add to the overall debt that idols raked up over their trainee years. Despite these financial challenges, Hanse acknowledged that fierce competition compels idols to continue participating in music show promotions. Not to mention, the views on music shows are going down significantly. In March of this year, NBC's show Music Core had a viewer rating of only 0.4%, while KBS's Music Bank and SBS's Ikigayo followed closely with 0.8% and 0.7% respectively. Music Bank achieved the highest rating of 1.2%, but overall, these shows
1.2 of what?
viewers, especially among younger audiences. To keep up with the demand and to appeal to their most prominent audience, broadcasters are focusing more on YouTube, where they can reach teens and people in their 20s, as well as international fans. Music shows are still important for creating content, with edited videos also posted on YouTube, especially since younger fans want content that focuses on their favorite idols. Because of this, broadcasters are investing a lot in recording high-quality video fan cams for each of the members of the group. These efforts include features like face cam for close-ups and one-take cam for showing performances as they happen, which tend to get a lot of attention online. This is how they make up for their declining viewership, and from a broadcaster's perspective, investing heavily in YouTube videos always pays off because of the revenue they generate on the platform. But this has also resulted in music shows losing what made them special. Back then, it was interesting to wake up early and tune into every performance, but now it's all uploaded in YouTube in 4K quality, accompanied by about 4 types of fan cams for each member. It's not surprising that the viewership is so low, when fans can just go on the internet and search up the group or member that they want. Don't get us wrong, music shows are still fun to watch, but they have undoubtedly lost their essence and what made them special in the first place. However, they're here to stay despite the low viewership and the obvious manipulation of scores.
Music shows are rigged.
I think as years go by, the music shows, not just music shows, but like award shows, not just in music, but like whatever in general, I think they losing credibility, losing interest, losing all this stuff, because people don't really care about this stuff, or they are starting to not care about this stuff no more.
Bro, you can just go on YouTube and find a video, but what really gets me mad at some point is having to pay all that money in the end to get rigged by some guy who got bossed by someone else. Like, who the fuck are the experts though? Why aren't they showing on stage and maybe giving opinions like a judge? I think it's frustrating for groups, especially as how much the work they have to do to travel, the clothing and everything else. But I don't know, I think they're going to disappear as well, as Lama said. Not going to disappear, they're going to be there since they're powerful companies. But now, hopefully, companies and groups, they have YouTube, which they can showcase their art to hundreds and millions of people.
Yeah. And I think some people don't really want the ratings or rankings, because if someone just likes something, they're just gonna listen to it and like it, enjoy it yourself, you know. And I think one time I saw, I don't know where I saw it, but I think I saw one team one time in the sport, they didn't go to the tournament because they had to actually pay a lot and win nothing back, like the idols on music shows, and you cannot really blame them for not going there.
Just so people can see you. They're gonna see you when you're big, so fuck it. But make sure to like and subscribe. This was all for today. See y'all on more awesome content incoming up for you.